We are back to talk Game 2 of the NLCS. Let's get it rolling. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we are back to talk some more MLB playoffs. How about them Mariners, baby? For the second time ever in my life, I can say we are 2 games away from the World Series. It is just unbelievable. Long ways to go here still, but yesterday, 0-1 in 1 day. Not great, not terrible, but we'll go over the recap in just a little bit, of course. But as you guys know, any graphics you see in this video are from OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click the link below, you get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. I got a little dad joke to start us off here. So here we go. The local blacksmith passed away, so I adopted his dog. As soon as we got home, he made a bolt for the door. That's not bad. In this video, we're going to recap Monday, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups, the pitcher strikeout matchups, the huge one-game pitcher report, and then I'm going to give you my best bet for the Dodgers-Brewers game, and then I'm going to also give you one lean, and then, of course, we'll finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and come join this awesome community. But it is time to get it rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. 0-1 in 1 day. You Savage over 5.5 Ks. It was hard to root for this as a Mariner fan, obviously, but he struggled in the first inning, still had 3 Ks. Then he got his 4th. I think he ended with 4 now that I think about it, but man, the ump was brutal. I mean, he was brutal. He had strike 3 on a Mariner player, I think 2 different times, and they didn't call it. And, you know, maybe he gets there, maybe he doesn't, but either way, just didn't get it done. The Mariners got to him a little bit, so that was nice to see as a Mariner fan, but unfortunately that bet loses. Dodgers first 5 innings, money line, 0-0, push, nothing. Just absolutely nothing, didn't matter. So 0-1, 33-18 run now, 16-10 in the playoffs, up 3.21 units. That's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk some hitter matchups. All right, there it is. Not a lot to talk about. Obviously, it's just one game, but I have it all on one page just to make it easier. But good hitter matchups. Getting jiggy with it, 4 for 13 with 1 home run off Peralta. And then Shohei, he's 3 for 9 with a couple ding-dongs off of Freddie Peralta. So hit him pretty well. And then the only bad hitter matchup, Mookie Betts, 1 for 11 with 1 strikeout versus fastball Freddie. So that's what we got for the hitter matchups. Now let's talk some Ks. All right, both these pitchers and really every pitcher in this series is going to have a tougher matchup with Ks because it's the Dodgers and the Brewers. But let's talk about the numbers a little bit. Yamamoto at the Brewers. Brewers 9th lowest K rate versus righties in the last 3 weeks, 22.8%. Yamamoto has 11 Ks through 10.2 innings and 2 playoff starts. Freddie Peralta against the Dodgers. Dodgers 7th lowest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks. Peralta 11 Ks in 11 innings versus the Dodgers over the 2 starts this season. He has 15 Ks and 10.2 innings in the playoffs this season, both obviously versus the Cubs. So that's all we got for the Ks. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here it is, the only matchup, and it is a great pitching matchup in Milwaukee. Yamamoto versus Peralta, as you can see there, 2.49 ERA, 2.7 ERA, low expected, low whips, high strikeout. Both have a tendency to walk some guys, though, as you can see there, but both obviously don't give up a lot of hits. 5.9 hits per 9 inning and 6.3 for Peralta. Pretty impressive. Yamamoto coming off his first bad start in a while versus the Phillies. And then Peralta, you know, been good in his 2 playoff starts for decent, I would say. 1 good, 1 bad start. 15 Ks in 9.2 innings with 5 walks, though, so something to keep in mind. But again, both were versus the Cubs. So we'll break this matchup down here in just a second. So that's what we got for the pitcher report and all the research help. Now let's talk Game 2 of the NLCS. All right, before we get to Game 2, let's talk the KALSHI trade of the day. If you are not on this site, I don't know what to tell you. You are missing out. It is a ton of fun. Me and Ryan do this every single day. It's like stocks. You can buy and sell contracts. It's federally regulated in all 50 states, and you can bet on things, you know, like anything, really. Movies, music, video games, sports, culture, climate. I mean, any event that interests you, you can go bet on it. So we're going to have a little KALSHI trade of the day. Again, that link is below if you want to join. You get a $20 bonus credit if you use that link after depositing your first $100. But here we go. Let's go to baseball, and then we're going to go to series because, you know, we're going to talk some series here. So we're going to go to Seattle and the Blue Jays series, and we're going to pick an exact result here. And maybe I'm just speaking this into existence here, but I'm going to go Seattle winning the series at 4-1. That's right. So we're going to get that, and we're going to get that at 30 cents per contract. So if we click on that, we're going to put $3 on it, and you can see we just win 9, even just on a little sprinkle like that. And again, you can cash out as this goes along if you want. You could take the sweep at 4-0. I think the Blue Jays probably get one at some point. Maybe they come back in the series. But I like the Mariners to win 4 out of 5 here and send us to the first World Series ever. That would be awesome. But anyways, that's my KALSHI trade of the day. Now, back to the video. All right, we head out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the Brewers host the LA Dodgers in Game 2. Dodgers moneyline -124, Brewers moneyline +102 with a total of 7 runs. Now, my best bet in this game, it's going to be a total. Give me that over 7 at -120 on BetMGM for a half unit. This line is moving as we're recording, as I'm giving this bet out on the website. It was like over 7 at -110. Now it's -120. There's a book or two at 7.5. I don't mind a little extra juice here at the 7 runs. Obviously, every run is important in the playoffs. So let's talk game 1 real quick. I know it's 2-1, but there were so many chances for runs in that game, especially by the Dodgers. That wild robbed home run for a double play. I think it was the bases loaded there. Dodgers had a total of 13 base runners and scored just 2. They should have had at least 4 to 5 runs in that game. And then Brewers, obviously Snell was dominant, but they did load the bases in the 9th and just struck out with Terang, obviously, there to end the game. But starting pitcher matchup, we already know it. Yamamoto, Peralta. Let's talk Yamamoto, though. This guy's been awesome this year. We've talked about it all season long. I think he can give up a few runs here, though. He faced the Brewers on July 7th. He didn't make it out of the first inning. In fact, he gave up 5 runs, 3 earned, in his shortest and worst start of the entire season. We saw Yoshi struggle versus a good Phillies lineup last start as well. I know he's a stud. Again, we've talked about how good he has been. But just like facing the Phillies when their backs are against the wall, they were down 2-0. Their season was on the line. That's a tough offense to pitch against or any offense really, when their backs are against the wall. Now he faces the Brewers in kind of not the exact same situation, but in my opinion, this is an absolute must-win game. If they lose their second game here at home, and more importantly, Peralta start, their #1 pitcher, I mean, it's pretty much over. So I think this is going to be backs against the wall, desperation. I think these hitters come out focused. I think they can get to him here for a couple. But Peralta is a pretty good matchup for the Dodgers. He throws over 50% fastballs. That's right, 54%. And we know the Dodgers smash them. They have a few players, obviously, that absolutely crush it. But he's had 1 good and 1 bad start versus the Dodgers. Overall, 10 hits, 4 earned runs in those 2 starts. He's not a guy who's going to go super deep into the game. We've talked about that with Peralta all season long. His outs prop is under 5 innings for a reason. It's at 14.5. He wastes a lot of pitches, try to nibble corners and things like that, struggles with his command. So he's not one of those efficient pitchers, getting 11 pitch innings, 10 pitch innings, things like that. And he already has 5 walks and 2 starts in the playoffs. We've seen it. But he has been solid at home. There is no denying that. But I think the Dodgers can get to him for a bit here because, again, it's the playoffs and we're talking a very good Dodgers lineup. Now, bullpens. Brewers, like I said, he's not going to go deep into the game. They're probably going to need 4, maybe more innings from the bullpen here. They just used Koenig for 18 pitches, McGill for 21, Uribe threw 24 pitches, and they're a little taxed from Game 5 just 2 days before that against the Cubs. So, they're not in the best form in regards to their elite high-leverage arms. I think they're a little taxed here. Dodgers only used Sasaki for 22 pitches, Trinan threw 11 as well, but so a little bit more rested here on this end. And then offenses, we know both teams can absolutely just scorch any starting pitcher in the league. We've seen the Brewers do it to Yamamoto before. We've seen the Dodgers get to Peralta already, so they've already showed they can do this. I see 3 to 4 total runs at least off the starters here, and then I think that we're going to see some runs in the second half of the game. And if you're not someone who sees many runs in the first 5 innings, maybe you just kind of wait it out for a few scoreless innings, and then you take a live over as well. But I just like the over 7 overall. So give me that over 7 runs. That is going to be my first and only official best bet for this game. But like I said, I want to talk a lean as well. It kind of goes with what we just talked about, but my lean in this game is going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto under 17.5 outs. Now, going 6 innings versus the Brewers is going to be tough. Going 6 innings in the playoffs is not easy. Snell managed to do it. Absolutely dominated. I get that. But that means the Dodgers bullpen is very rested as well. Like we just mentioned, Brewers smashed Yoshi earlier this year, and we just mentioned the Dodgers also just used Sasaki with a little sprinkle of Trinan yesterday. So they're going to have a lot of arms ready to roll. Yoshi lasted just 4 innings versus Philly in the last start. This is a scary one, obviously, because if he dominates, he goes 6 innings easy. I mean, we've seen Yamamoto do it all season long. He's that good. But with a healthy bullpen and, again, a desperate offense here that's shown all season long, they can hit the ball, they can work counts, they're patient, things like that. They can work the pitcher. I kind of lean Yamamoto under the 17.5 outs. It was actually plus money. It's already moving to like -115 or something I just saw. So it is moving in the unders direction as we speak. But that's what I got for the best bet and the lean for this game. Now, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My best bet for game 2 of the NLCS, the over 7 runs, -120 on BetMGM for a half unit. Thank you guys for watching. As always, really appreciate the support all baseball season long as we are getting right down to the end. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. But hope you have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.